Who is Randy?
Don't bring anyone mother into this.
Yo, mom in the fucking stand!
Everybody caught wind of Ari Shaffir.
Yup.
And he's one of yours. So fucking, we all know him. It's been a crazy couple of weeks.
Yeah. It's only a week.
It's only a week. Yeah. I don't know. Do you have anything?
You know, that situation, I don't know Ari Shaffir. I don't know his comedy.
Yeah.
I've never had any interactions with him. You know, I'll talk about the Kobe situation. Obviously was devastating. It was shocking. It was so upsetting. And that day, that Sunday, as I was, and as the rest of the world was piecing together, what happened and praying and hoping that it wasn't even real. Like you're almost in, everybody's in their own sort of personal nightmare. Like, yo, I had this fucking crazy dream that da-da-da-da-da happened, because it was so just upsetting, whether you are a basketball fan, a sports fan or not. Like, he represents a time in our life. Everybody for the last 20 years has heard that name, even if you're not even in the NBA, into the NBA. So when that happened, and then you start hearing that, there's other people and that, his daughter was on, you're just like,
it's devastating.
Devastating. And you're like, what's real? What's not real? What's real? What's not real? Can this please not be real? And then I was, just going through Twitter and social media to see, find out more information and watching the news. And I saw somebody had retweeted, it said something about his video. And I turned the video on, and I'll be honest, I haven't even watched the whole video. When I got to the part what he was saying, and it was so, I'm a shit talker myself, and I'm not I believe, comedians, you could do what you want. The ramifications are the ramifications. Yeah. If you go on stage and you're doing fucked up jokes, I don't judge you. But the nastiness in that video, hours after this, there was nothing funny about it. There was no intent to be funny. I was disgusted by the shit, and I'm not. I have thick skin. I don't give a fuck about what people say, and I've stuck up for other comedians publicly when other comedians don't stick up for them. With the Shane Gillis thing, who I just met, but I've put my mouth on wax, my tweets on wax in support of him, and thought that was fucked up. And in different versions of Louis C.K. and my opinion on that. And a bunch of other motherfuckers don't say jack shit. And Shane Gillis's friends didn't say shit for Shane Gillis. And other comedians were attacking him. But this was not a joke. This was not an inappropriate joke. It wasn't an inappropriate tweet. You decided 2 hours after this was broken, to put a camera in front of your face with such nastiness and disrespect towards this person, the unsolved mystery of who was in there, and say this. And I was just disgusted by this shit. And I don't consider myself fair, light in the, I don't consider myself.
You're not soft and
about
easily
that
offended.
Shit. But I was like, nah. And I retweeted it and I put it on my social media. And if anything, he should send my wife some flowers because she said take it off your main Instagram page. He should send my wife a bouquet of flowers and some chocolates and maybe a fucking handbag, because if it had been on my main Instagram page, it would have been worse quick. I don't give a fuck about Ari Shaffir. I don't give a fuck about the ramifications of him getting his shows taken away. I don't want anything to happen to him. But you say some shit like that, you have to deal with the consequences. You have freedom of speech, and other people have freedom of the response that they're going to have. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
So, that's how I felt about it. That's how I do feel about it. And any other comedians that have a problem with it, they should fucking put a camera in front of their face and say what they want to say. Because the majority of the comedians that I've seen have been have said the same thing. And you know, I know there's a lot of cliques in comedy and all that stuff. And I found out more about him, and I even like about the Bert Kreischer thing. And
where he drugged
drugging
him.
people. That shit's not funny.
No.
You're not funny. And then he said, you know, well, this is what I do. Well, obviously enough people didn't know that that's what you do because people don't know you. But they know you now for this shit. And if you think it was misinterpreted, go down to Staples Center where there's a bunch of people still mourning, go in front of those murals and do the bit again in front of the do the same thing in front of the murals of Kobe. Go to the Staples Center and do it, and maybe you'll see if it gets a different response. Maybe I was wrong.
Yeah.
Go to Staples and do that routine down there.
I agree.
Because it's one thing to do it at the stand in front of your fans, and another thing to do it, you know, at the Comedy Store in front of your fans. If you think you were misinterpreted, go to fucking Staples and do it outside of Staples Center and see how people respond to you then. So that's my take on it, and I'm not moving off on it. And like I said, he should send my wife some flowers and some chocolate, because if I had kept it on my main Instagram page, it would have been worse.
I fully endorse Ari having to send your wife flowers and chocolate. Not only that, I would like to hire the camera crew to follow him down to Staples Center
to do the routine.
To do the routine.
Maybe I was
would love
wrong.
to see it.
Maybe all the other comedians that spoke out, and maybe all the other people that are, you know, saying maybe they were all wrong. Maybe when you do it live in front of those people, it'll get a different response.
No, I've known him a long time, and I thought I had a similar reaction where I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, man?" And I think he didn't. I really do think that he really did not register for a while the way it came for a while. Like a couple days in, he was like, "What's like?" He's like, "Oh, people are upset." I'm like, "You don't understand."
Just to be clear, what did Ari say so that people listening, if they haven't
if they had missed,
play it on the thing. I didn't listen to the whole thing. It was fucking disgusting.
Let's find it. Well, and also,
and you gotta understand, it was during the day. I know it was during the daytime. Like it was
that day.
All the information wasn't even out yet.
Right.
And it was just
which
nasty.
For him was, oh boy, here we go.
Well,
I don't want to hear the whole shit. We
Yeah.
can play it for
No, I think this is an edited video. Let me try and find the original.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, basically, so Ari does this thing every time, like for years now.
Yeah.
Whenever a public figure dies, he tweets a tweet about, like, in other words, like celebrating their death. You know, like Luke Perry died. Like he writes these dark death tweets about famous people dying.
Yeah, it's
so
his
like,
shtick. It's a thing.
It's his
and if
shtick.
the person is not as beloved, it can kind of go over.
Well,
but then people in LA was just, the whole city was devastated.
Oh, it was devastated.
For
And he
week,
was, the thing is, he happened to be in Charlotte when this went down. Charlotte drafted him originally. Kobe. And so he was in front of Charlotte's arena. It was, look, man, it was all in line with like what he does, but it was the worst possible take, the worst possible moment, done in the worst possible way, and received exceptionally poorly. I mean, people really, really lit him up. They went after his his reps. They went after the venues he was going to perform at. They canceled the shows. Reps dropped them. It went like
it's a severe.
sideways.
This is a severe blow. And I honestly, I've only heard about it secondhand because I didn't even want to watch it.
Yeah,
because I'm so
you
upset
don't have
about
to play it.
Kobe.
I mean,
but I want to.
know
Let's hear. I haven't heard it, so I'd like to see exactly
It's-
what we're talking about.
Okay.
And remember, this is during the day. It was like
like Sunday.
It was
No, it was. It was.
we
Sunday.
were. You weren't even
Right.
sure who else was.
You remember I flew back from New Zealand?
Yeah, it was
And I
Sunday
took a
the day.
nap.
But I'm asking you, this
And
is Sunday.
that's what I'm
the
saying.
day
It's
it
that
happened.
day.
The
It's
day.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like within
Yeah.
the hour that
Yeah.
it happened.
You know, there's always a lot of like hate, pain in the world, and there's always a bunch of terrible stories. And every once in a while, there's a good story. Good story comes out. The guy who got away with rape got his today. Kobe Bryant is gone. I'm here in Charlotte, the home of the team that originally drafted him. Maybe he wouldn't have raped that chick in Denver if he had stayed in Charlotte with the Hornets. But anyway, the point is, dude, it's like, as I know, there's always a lot of like hate, pain in the
Oh, it
world.
didn't even finish. It just looped to the beginning again.
Yeah, these are
Okay.
just the instant
Well, you get the
stories.
gist of it, and it basically.
Right, but he wasn't acquitted of those charges.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a.
Yeah. The
it's
charges
like
were dropped.
Silly. Okay.
But the whole point is that when he did the tweet. So there's the written word of like, oh, he got, he's dead and blah blah. Blah. and he posted the video. So what people would do is they would, on social media, they would post, they're like, look what this guy wrote, and look at, he even went to the extent
the video fucked them up.
The video fucked them up.
The video fucked them up.
A tweet you can, people.
And then he didn't apologize when it was coming out. He's explaining it like, yo.
He explained it, a couple days later.
But he's saying, this is what I do. And I'm like, you're not that dude. No one knows who you are. Like,
Right.
you're little people that fuck with you. They fuck with you. But the rest of the world, majority of people don't know that's
Right.
what you do.
It's that one. Yeah. Every time a celebrity dies, I post horrible shit. I've been doing it
Who
for
cares?
years. Yeah. This is his. Well, he's explain. And if you page to the right on the little arrow there, yeah. All right. So he's like, I've never heard. I was bummed. They're all jokes. He's basically explaining what it is, and then he basically said, when I posted that thing, I didn't know all the details, and that there were, kids and stuff. It's still like a troll thing to do.
Yeah, I wasn't with it.
But
I didn't know about the Bert Kreischer thing.
Oh, the Bert
Yeah.
thing? Yeah, he drugged him.
He dosed our
spiked him with
friend
Molly.
Bert.
Yeah.
He could have killed him.
Yeah, he could have.
Because he was on blood pressure medication at the same time, and his kids were there at the house, and he dosed him with the wife and the kids. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean,
It's crazy.
I don't know. I don't want anybody to do anything to Ari.
Me neither.
But it would be funny if he died. Like naturally, I'm saying, like hit by a bus or a subway or something.
The irony.
I'm not saying for
See, that's
you.
a funny joke. That's a joke.
Yeah. Oh, you just watched a highlight from your mom's house. And if you want to see more, just watch one of these videos or highlights here, and definitely subscribe here. That way you can be kept abreast of all the brand new. Yes, I said the word, Tom. Don't judge me with your eyes.
Try it out.